Are we really ordering a truck that none of us have never driven before? This is probably the case with most people. You haven't had a chance to actually drive a Ford Maverick, even sit in a Ford Maverick. Many dealers don't have Ford Maverick in stock. I'm not saying all dealers do not. There are a few dealers that do have a Maverick in stock for test drives. There's actually one in Walnut Creek in my area. So I'm in a metropolitan area, San Francisco Bay Area, and I have to go to Walnut Creek if I want to test drive it. But I did want to let other people know there is other ways for you to test drive a Ford Maverick. You're not gonna obviously get to test drive a 23, a 23 basically. You're only gonna get to test drive a 22, and it's also gonna be very dependent on where you live. But if you live in a metropolitan area and you wanted to test drive a Ford Maverick before you received yours, or if you were planning to order for next year even, and you wanted to try one out, I would actually recommend renting one on a Turo. Turo is a website basically that people rent out their cars for days, 1 day, 2 day, 3 days, whatever it might be. It's basically kind of like Airbnb for cars. That's the best way I could put it for people. But if you do a search for Mavericks in your area, I actually found three pretty close by me. So this one's in Fremont, California. This one's a black XLT, and it's actually it's not cheap. Obviously, $66 a day for a Maverick is not totally unreasonable. This guy has good reviews. He's done 23 trips, so he's rented it out 23 times. You can kind of select a trip if you want to test drive it. Even take it for a day just to see if this is the truck for me. And this guy has an XL. So what's interesting is on Turo, the people who own the cars can pretty much price their cars how they want. I mean, obviously, the cheaper you price, the more you're going to rent it. This one's actually a Cactus Gray XLT, and it's priced a little more expensive, you notice. But he's only done 10 trips. It's also going to depend on how long they've been doing it for, how long they have the truck, etc. And then a third one, this one was in San Jose, and then this one was in San Francisco. But this one's our top model, as you see. It's Lariat, however you want to say it. But he's only done 2 trips. But he's also asking $129, which is pretty pricey. And you can kind of see they take the different features of the trucks and they rent them out. So if you want to feel the leather, you might want to rent this one. If you're going with the cloth, you might want to rent the cheaper, XL, depending on location, if you can get it, etc. But I'm just letting people know. So this is an option available. So if you are planning on buying a Ford Maverick like I am, and you don't have a dealership nearby to test drive one, or they don't have one available, you might want to check Turo and rent one for a day, or use it for a day to see if this is going to be the truck for you. Because I know a lot of people are on the fence about, is this really a great little miniature truck that we've been reading reviews about? A lot of people haven't sat in one. A lot of people haven't driven one. I've sat in one. I've driven in one. So I pretty much know what to expect. But I know a lot of people are pre-ordering without doing that. They're just like kind of going with the hype. This is gonna fit me. And then honestly, at the end of the day, let's say you buy your truck and you don't like it. The great thing is, it really doesn't matter because you're gonna be able to resell it for pretty much more than you paid for, probably 100% of the time. So it's not like it's a terrible investment as the market is right now. So at the end of the day, it's really not the end of the world. But this is definitely an option you guys have available to rent the car out for a day. So I would definitely check Turo in your area. This might be only for United States. I'm actually not sure. I'm just talking about if you live in a major metropolitan area, this is definitely an option for you to do, is to basically rent a Maverick, drive it for a day, 2 days, whatever it might be, and to see if you like it. And obviously there's going to be different makes and models. The prices are going to be different. So if it's something that meets, your budget, because I think $129 a day for a Maverick is pretty expensive. You can get like a sports car for around that price. They do rent other cars, but I just wanted to bring that to your attention. So if you haven't had a chance to drive or get into a Maverick yet, you don't have a dealer nearby, this is an option. Obviously, it's not free, but I just wanted to bring it to people's attention to let you know that this is out there. It exists. It's legit. You have to have insurance, and they have like fees and whatnot. Sometimes they wash the truck for you. Sometimes they don't. I thought this was funny. This guy says, California drought, we are not going to wash your car, so you might get a nice dusty Maverick pulling up to pick you at the airport. But this is kind of cool because they'll pick you up at the airport. They offer delivery. I mean, they offer a lot of different stuff. It's like find the one that meets your needs. I always recommend, the higher rating the people, usually the better it is, and the more trips means they've just rented the car out more, and so they're a little more trustworthy, or they're a little more legit, and people leave reviews and whatnot. So it's a pretty legit site. If you want to check it out, I'd recommend it. I'm gonna still be making more Ford Maverick videos. Let me know in the comments below and your thoughts. How many people are actually ordering the truck without ever being in one or driving one? I'm really curious to see that. So leave a comment below if you've never actually been in a Maverick and you ordered a 2022 or 23. I would be really interested to see on the majority of people who are doing that without actually test driving one. So let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.